And now for a different little monkey. He's got a different head than the one that we've been using all along in the video. As you can see, he uses primarily 1/60s and a single 5-inch round. Chosen blush, and it's about 3 inches in diameter. I've got a white 1/60. I've blown up about 6 or 7 inches. We won't use all of that. I've got a toffee, light brown, blown up, leaving about 6 or 8 inches uninflated on the lid. We won't use all of that either. Then I've got 3 dark brown, and I've chosen deluxe chocolate for these. And I've left about a little over 4 inches uninflated on the tail of each of those. So we're going to start with one of our our deluxe chocolate 1/60s here, and then our toffee. We're going to tie the 2 nozzle ends of these together. Trim that up a little bit. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to make an ear. We need to start, make sure they're soft. Twist the 2 of them together, forming 2 bubbles about 1 inch, maybe a little more in size. And then take your chocolate and wrap it completely around the 2 bubbles you just formed. And that's going to form 1 ear. Just like that. Now we're going to take our toffee, and we need a bubble the same size as that one that we just made, where the 2 are joined. So make a bubble. And then we're going to remove this excess, but you want to keep this end inflated because we'll reuse that in a minute. So after you cut that off, love my snippet. Save that. We'll use that later. Tie off the end of that, just like that. Now, what we need to do is we're going to have to make a bubble the same size as that loop that goes around. And you can kind of get pretty close by wrapping it around the toffee that you have there. So form that loop, and then pop that toffee back out of there, because we need to make another bubble the same size out of our chocolate here. And again, we're going to cut this excess off, but hang on to that. We'll use that for his arms in a minute. So tie the end of that, set that aside, and then take and tie the ends of your toffee and your chocolate together, and then tuck it back into your loop. Those are going to be our monkey's ears in a minute. Set those aside for the moment, and then reach over here and grab the white and one of your other full-length chocolate 1/60 here. Tie the nozzle ends of those 2 together, just like that. Trim that a little bit again. And then what we want to do is we're going to start with the chocolate. We're going to make 2 fold twists that are about 1.5 inches or so, a little more than 2 fingers wide for me. At the base, just like that. Then we're going to take the white and the chocolate. Make sure they're good and soft. And what you want to do is you're going to make about a 3.5 inch bubble there. What we're going to do is now we're going to take our ears, lay them up in there, and then bring the white up over the top and lock them together up above the ears like that. And then make a pinch twist in your chocolate. That'll be important in a minute. And then bring your eyes back down again. Twist them into your 2 fold twists at the bottom there. And now the rest of that white we can pop off. We don't need anymore. I'm going to go ahead and tie that so it doesn't come undone. Tuck that inside there. Okay, and now with our chocolate we're going to come back down the back of the head. Twist that into 2 fold twists, completing the back of his head there. And then we're going to come back to the front. This is a little trickier. What we're going to do is we're going to run these, frame out his eyes, go up the side to the pin twist back down. But what you want to do when you do this is squeeze the air out. I want this to be really soft, so to be smaller, because you don't want it big and bulky. Because then he looks kind of weird. See how I'll kind of squeeze that pretty thin there? So it frames out his eyes. And then come back down the other side doing the same thing, just squeezing it as you go. So it's a lot skinnier. And now it just kind of frames out his eyes and gives his head a little bit more shape. Like that. And now we can make his body with what's left of this. So we'll come down and make about an inch or so bubble for his neck. Make a little pinch twist. Then make about a 4-inch bubble for his body. I'm going to make 2 pinch twists at the bottom of that. And then I'm going to come back up to the top pinch twist with another bubble 4 inches. Back down to the bottom 2 pinch twists and lock that in. And then this excess, we could use that for his tail, but that's too short of a tail. So I'm going to take that off. I'll use another piece for his tail in a minute. From his legs. So there's your body. Then we're going to take our 5-inch round and complete his head by twisting it right into the middle there of all of that. Tuck that up in the back of his head to get it out of the way. Then I'm going to take and wrap that around once or twice so we can pull it in snug. And now your monkey has a face. So now we need to, I'm going to take that excess toffee that I had, and I'm going to twist that into the pinch twist up at the top of his neck here. Right there. And run it down to give him a little light tummy. Twist it into the pinch twist at the bottom. And then remove the excess. We no longer need that. Tuck that up in there. Then we're going to take the excess chocolate we had left over from earlier that we used for his ear, or for his head. No, not his head. For his ears. We're going to make his arms. So make a little small bubble. Make 2 little small pinch twists. And then 2 more little small bubbles. Make 1 hand. Then make about a 5-inch bubble. Oops. Really helps if you hang on to that. About a 5-inch bubble. Another bubble the same size for his other arm. And then make his other hand by making 2 more pinch twists. 2 little bubbles for his fingers. And then his thumb, and we're going to let the air out of the end of this. Tie that off. Trim it. Get rid of that piece. Divide his arms back into 2 and just slide those on right there. And now our monkey's got a couple of arms. You can shape them however you like them. So he's got arms. Now we just need to give his legs and tail. So grab the remaining 160, set him aside, measure a bubble about 5 inches or so, similar to the size of your arms, maybe a little shorter. And then make a pinch twist. 2 little bubbles about 1 inch long. Twist that into the pinch twist. And then 2 little small 1/2-inch bubbles to join his feet. Followed by 1 more pinch twist. And then the 2 little bubbles like those 2 there. And there's his 2 feet. We need another leg. Go ahead and lock those 2 together like that. Then we're going to take and attach this at the bottom of our monkey. And if you position the pinch twist one on either side, now he can stand up. And then I'm going to take and trim off the excess to get the tail to the length that I like it to be. Tie that off, trim it, and then just give his tail a little bit of curl here. And there you have your cute little monkey.